All right, let's do a video. It is June 27th. I ain't posted a video in a while. I haven't even edited the videos I wanted to edit yet. I actually edited one the other day about this tractor. At the stages that it was in before it is in now. I plan on doing an update video maybe tomorrow. We'll see. About everything that has happened and has been going on that has been keeping me from making videos. I'll record stuff, I just don't edit it, and it just gets put off till I feel like doing it. But what today's video is going to focus at, as you can see, I got a bunch of stuff here on the floor. I actually went to an auction today and picked up some stuff that I've been looking for, and just happened to accumulate today. So you guys can already kind of see what I got going on here. I talked about getting a lathe to experiment with, and I have one. It is a South Bend lathe. I don't know anything about it, to tell you the truth. I believe, if I did my research right, it is a 10 by like 34. Because I believe that first number is your swing. Actually, it'd be a 12. Because it'll swing. You can see that's like 6 inches to the center. It'll definitely swing a 12-inch piece without hitting the rails. It'll even do like 6.5. Maybe like a 13. Do they have a 13? I don't know. And the bed, I guess you measure from there to the end. Unless it's the whole thing, I don't know. But from there to the end is like 34.5 inches. I don't know, would that be considered a 3-foot bed? Or do you measure all the way from the end? Which would make it a little over 4. Actually, it would be from right here. Maybe it's a 4-foot bed. I don't know. Maybe? You guys tell me. Is that a 4-foot bed? Would it be like a 10 by 48? Maybe? But either way, I have a lathe now. Now the only problem with this lathe is I have no way to drive it. As you can see, there is no motor. It has the area for the flat belt, 1-inch flat belt, and there was, I'm trying to think of the right name, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. They're usually up in factories, big long shaft with pulleys on it. The guy had 2 of them. They were like 5 foot long, had a bunch of pulleys on them. I'm assuming I needed those to run this, and I didn't buy them, and I wasn't paying attention to see if one of them had this cone pulley on it. That's probably the piece I needed, but we're gonna overcome that. We're probably gonna have one of these turned down somewhere, and I'm on the back side of the lathe, but we'll probably have one turned down, and I will, wherever I put this, whether I put it on a, I was thinking about taking the legs off and putting it on a, I got an old metal desk at home, about putting it on there and maybe putting the motor behind it. Or I seen a cool setup online where a guy had one, he made a nice, like a thick wood topped bench, put it on there, and he had one of them shafts up on the wall with the pulley or the belt running down to it. Maybe doing something like that. This lathe kind of fits into all my other stuff that I like. It's old and unique and probably obsolete and hard to get parts for. But that's a story for a different time. But it came with this. It come with this box of parts. Another chuck. I'm assuming a chuck for like a drill bit deal, all kinds of cutters and stuff, and then another box here of parts, and this doodad that I don't know the name of, and all kinds of stuff and things and whatnot, and there's a tail piece somewhere for it on the ground. I got the tail piece, and all kinds of flat belts. I bought that, not sure what it goes to, but I'm sure we can make use of that somewhere. And then I bought this contraption. This is for stitching together flat belts. I don't know how it works. We're going to figure it out. But as you can see, I got all kinds of flat belts that come with the lathe. These two pieces did not come with the lathe. Those were bought separate. And then another thing I've wanted is a metal bandsaw, and it does work. I just played with it. It's a little Taiwanese saw. I paid $80 for that. Whether that's good or bad, don't care. It works. For the lathe, for you that are wondering, for the lathe and the boxes of goodies that come with it and the belts, I paid $285, I think, or $280, somewhere in that $280-ish range. I can't remember right offhand. So I don't think that's bad considering all the stuff it come with. But like I said, I can't use it at this current time, so we'll have to come up with something like that, and from what I can figure, this, you're supposed to, well, I can't, the serial number, model serial number is right here. It's 18058, so 18,058. If my research is correct, this dates between 1910 and 1920, puts it probably about 1917, 1918 range, based off of ones that I have seen with like the 19,000 model number being a 1919, and that was like a later 19,000 serial, from somewhere a little after 1100 up to 25,000 dates from 1910 to 1920. So that'll give you an idea where this one dates back to. I can't find any other information on it, like what it is. That plate down there just gives you threading information, and then there's a plate down here that just says it's South Bend. So if any of you could point me in the right direction with what that is, I will gladly appreciate it. Or if you can even find me like the stock counter shaft, not stock, factory counter shaft system that would go with that. If this one probably wouldn't even have that. It would probably be for real, the up overhead deal. Some of these I've seen have a counter shaft off the back with the motor and everything, and all factory set up. Oh, and it did come with all them gears right there, so you can change it out for threading. So that's a good thing there. I also bought a little dinky Wisconsin motor. It doesn't have a carburetor. Or no. Is it? Let's see. Yeah, it's got a carburetor. It doesn't have a filter. It was cheap. I like cheap things. So I bought that. I paid like $6 for that. I bought this trash pump for like $30, and then all the hoses for like $40. The engine doesn't run. The gas needs changed. Probably a little bit of a tune-up going on there. And I just bought that for when I need it. It's not too often you run across one of these that cheap, so I bought it. Bought the rollers for putting straw in semi-trailers. Even though we don't do the go-kart race anymore, I still plan on keeping 2 semi-trailers to fill with straw just to sell. So that's the style of roller we needed. The roller that we have has the little 1-inch or 1.5-inch aluminum wheels, like 7 to a shaft, and then like 5 and then 7 kind of deal. We needed the solid rollers, will work better. So I bought that, and then another thing, I bought this 30-ton press. So for pressing out things that need pressed. As you can see here, it's an Atlantic Tool 60,000-pound heavy-duty press. This here jack that's in it is a 22-ton press. So if my math tells me right, that's 44,000 pounds, this 60,000 pounds. Now I'm figuring what it's telling me is that the press itself will handle 60,000 pounds, but they put a 22,000 or 22-ton jack in it, so that way you can't damage it, is my best guess, unless the guy broke the jack that was in it and put this in here. But it's like the same color red, so I'm thinking that it's supposed to be that way. So, and I paid $80, $70 for this. So, and I think that's all I bought. Oh, I got some channel iron I bought out in the on the truck yet. But those are my auction scores for today. It's been forever since I've been to an auction. This is the first auction I've been to all year since the coronavirus. And probably went a little overboard. But I don't know if I've showed this in a video yet or not. I got a hold of this. This is a 2-cylinder Wisconsin off of a baler. It's got Fairbanks Morris magneto on it. It turns over. It's laying on its side now. It turns over, but I haven't monkeyed with it to even try to start it yet. It's kind of rough, but I thought it would be a neat little project to play with. So I also got it, and I got a 2-row John Deere corn planter that's not any good at all, but I figured I could steal some parts off of it for my corn planter and sell the rest. So yeah, that's it. I'll give you an actual update video of what's been going on, what's to come, and that good stuff. And maybe between this video and that video, you might get a couple that have been backlogged, like finishing up the corn planter, calibrating it, then planting the corn with it, and planting beans, and the video of why this tractor's the way that this tractor is, and yeah, what some future projects are, because I got a bunch of them. No shortage of projects around here. The only shortages we have around here are time, money, and space. Never a shortage of projects. So, uh-oh. Okay, anyways, we're going to end this video here, and hopefully tomorrow, which is Sunday, I'll get you guys an update video of crops and whatnot. So we'll catch you guys in the next one.